Alright, hello everyone, my name is Mike, welcome to another video. If you just want to watch the tech setup part, skip to this time here. If not, start from here, we're going from Airsoft and then onto the tech setup, so that's how we're going to roll. Anyway, I want to have a consistent upload schedule, so I want to be able to put out a video every Sunday, probably about 8 o'clock. But I'm away from it for like a while with work, so while I can't get gameplay video out, I can do something like this, which is easy and I think interesting. I remember when I was like first getting into Airsoft when I was like 12, 13, and I was watching a shit ton of these videos around. I don't think they're much popular anymore, but whatever, we'll do it anyway. So this is my actual, I guess, Airsoft Armory. Airsoft gun, well it's not gun room, it's like my office, and this is just where my Airsoft stuff is. But this is how I have it presented. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera forward and we'll go through it that way. So first off, this is the Armory itself. If we just slowly pan down, sorry I'm using my tripod, I'm trying to be nice and steady, but it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. Just so you can get an overview of what everything looks like. Right, so starting off at the top, on the left hand side just over here, this is where I have my MTP multicam webbing. I don't use that much anymore just because I've got better different systems going, but it's still there. Into the middle, this is all my different camouflage trousers. I've got olive green, I've got some DPM, I've got some MTP, I have some digital woodland, and then I have the multicam combat trousers which have the knee pads, which are my new ones, and then my babies, and I love them. On top of that is a Proto paintball mask with a yellow thermal lens in, which is a nice, I normally use it to hand out to a friend if they've come to join us, as it's a lot easier for a first person just to don a face mask than to put on the whole other setup. Anyway, let's move the camera, sorry about that, and okay, on this side, just to the side here, we have my GoPro and RunCam scope cam boxes. Here's my helmet, which has my GoPro mount on it, for when I run the helmet with a GoPro, and just a little bit to the side here, which is where I have my GoPro, my weird, I think like SJ4000 action cam. It's like some off-brand one, but it works pretty decently, that's why I use it as a selfie cam, and then the new scope cam, which is there. While we're up here, we may as well have a look at this, which is the turbofan goggles that I use, as well as the mesh face mask that I use. Alright, now it's time for the middle shelf. As you can see, with some of the shelves I have some lights on, which is nice, they're colour changing, but it's more just to see things in the dark, because you can tell this corner of the room doesn't get much light, and it's just quite nice. So this is like sort of the magazine area. So on the left we have two gas G5, the M4 style and G5 style magazines. Then we have my, let's bring you a little closer. So over here we have my 4 High-Caps. I hardly use High-Caps, I just don't like them, but they're here if I need a backup for a game or if I'm lending them out to friends. Into the middle we have 8 mid-caps. Anyway, there are 8 mid-caps here. They're mid-caps, they've all got mag balls on just because it makes them easier to pull out of your kit, shit, webbing, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Right, and as we move over, we have now got to the pistol magazines. Now these one on the left, these are my TM PX4 magazines, which is out of commission at the minute, and then these are my High-Capa magazines. They're all stored here, it's all nice. I think 3 is a good amount of magazines for a pistol. You don't want to have too, well, you don't have too many because you might not use them and it's just extra weight. You don't have too little in case you do need them. I found 3 so far to be the perfect amount. Just next to them we have my SSG 24 magazines. Those are pretty fucking awesome, and then to the side here we have my speed loaders. All the speed loaders pretty much have a adapter on, so this is the one for the SSG, that's the adapter for gas magazines, so like for the pistol and for the G5 rifle, and then just my normal speed loader, which is old and battered and covered in tape to hold it together. I take the adapters on them just because it makes life easier. Alright, over to the side here we just have general other bits. So I've got, obviously as you can see, a lot of gas there. Just a pen knife that's there. I have the silicone oil that came with the GHK G5, which I use to oil up my guns. There's some silicone grease, which is used to grease the guns. There's some of the BBs that I've got left over that came with the SSG 24. I've got my 2 Beanaton Action 950 radios, some BBs hidden around there, and that's kind of what that is. That's just kind of gas, ammunition, maintenance, that sort of crap. While we're on this side, I'm just going to show you, this is where I hang up my my Viper, I think the VX chest rig. It's the one that I've been using recently. I have the video of me showing it off, which is nice, which is in my current loadout. So that just hangs there. While we're talking about hanging stuff, on the other side, as you can see up there, is just where I had head mount strap thing for the GoPro. And then I've just got a cool old knife and some old lanyards and a shite. Alright, moving down to the next shelf, as you can see to the left we have my battle belt, which I've showed off in a previous video. However, what's different here is that instead of having M4 magazine pouches behind my pistol pouches on the left hand side, I have more pistol pouches, what I've been using to hold the SSG 24 magazines in. Just to the side here, this is my holster. Oh, let's see if we can get some light on it. This is the holster that I use for my High-Capa. It's, I think, a SciTac paddle holster. I don't know. It's one of the paddle holsters you can get now. They're pretty cheap and they work pretty well. And it's also on an IMI leg platform rig, which again has been shown off in a video in my loadout video, but you can see it again here. And this is just a better angle of it. Anyway, to the side of it is my two pistols. Oh crap! Things are starting to fall. Sorry, I'm going around the camera for this. So here is my TM High-Capa 4.3, which is my current sidearm, which is awesome. And then, like I said, my out of commission. Let's get some light. PX4. The reason it's out of commission is because the trigger doesn't really reset, if you can see there, which is an issue. And also the slide has cracked. Then just the side here we have my, I think Emerson gear JPC ripoff, which is just set up how I usually use it. 3 M4 magazines on the front. The scissors are just there as a placeholder. And that's pretty much how I run, or I used to run, my plate carrier. I don't imagine I'm going to use it much anymore thanks to having this chest rig. Chest rigs are the way of the future because this thing is fucking warm. But if it gets cold during winter I might jump back to it. Because all I really used on it is 3 mags in front. I didn't really carry anything else now. And now with the chest rig, I can carry 3 magazines and a couple of extra bits, and it's a lot lighter, there's a lot more airflow, I don't get as hot. It's just an overall better system, for me at least. Alright, now at the bottom here, obviously I have drawers which I'd love to say are organised, but aren't really. There's just full of random miscellaneous crap. Over to the side here, I have 2 of my guns. So I have my ICS L85, which is looking pretty there, and I also have my Spectre Arms Mark 18, which, let's just move you. You get a better view of it there. Right, so now I have a bit more room, let's have a look at those guns that I've been putting. So first off is my SSG 24, which is my new beauty. I love it up to bits. I'm not the biggest Pro Novrich guy. I'm not like, oh my god, there's Novrich, whoa, super guys. I'm not like that, but I do recognise that this is a really nice rifle, so I'm not going to be one of those people who hates on it just because it was made by someone who's popular in Airsoft. But yeah, it's great. What I did is I've greased up the bolt with the grease that I showed you earlier, so now the bolt pull, I don't know if you can really tell. I don't know if you can tell how smooth that is, but it's incredibly smooth. Just behind that I have a, I think Simon actually, metal and polymer shotgun. It's a tri-shot, it's spring powered. On the side of it, it has a shell holder, so I can hold some extra shells. I don't actually have to carry any sort of equipment or anything. And at the top I have, just as a placeholder really, because it looks cool, because it's shot out, but I have a Holotech. A Holotech? A Holosight. There we go. An EOTech Holosight, that's what I was going for. And behind that is, well, I think like a year or 2 ago I decided like, yeah, I'm going to get into airsoft sniping. It's important for the viewers to know that I'm not very good at teching or going inside guns. Often when I go inside a gun I break it. But anyway, I thought it would be great. I'll start sniping, I'll start teching. And this is a very shit, I think £60 Cyma VSR. Oh god, after going from the SSG to this, it's really shit. But this is like a crap VSR clone thing. So I have, as you can see, I've got bored, so I camouflaged it a little bit with some shit. I did a top-down center mod, which actually worked alright, but still, it's just, this feels like a toy, and the SSG feels like an actual rifle. There's no other way to put it. Obviously there's no scope in it because I put it on the SSG. And then what else is behind there is just a gun bag, but that's just a gun bag. Now, as we're going around my room, I'll show you this. I know I get, I got a lot of crap, at least on, I think, Reddit, because I made a post on there, about having the American flag around the side here. I have a St. George's cross right next to the Armory, because I'm born in England, English flag. I'm going to have a Union Jack somewhere, but English flag, near the Armory. Yes, there's an American flag around there. What do you want from me? Oh my god, it's the American flag, oh my god, oh my god. So that one guy on Reddit slightly hit a nerve. But anyway, we'll continue. To the side here is like my display case sort of thing. I'll show you the downside of it, well not downside, but the bottom side of it in a minute. But anyway, at the top we just have some boxes and some other crap. Underneath we got the alcohol section, because what's a good man cave without a good alcohol selection? I'm a whiskey person, so it's mostly, well, let's have a look. There's whiskey, whiskey liqueur, Disaronno, Amaretto. My girlfriend likes Disaronno and Amaretto, so don't hate on it too much. We'll bring you closer for the rest of the stuff. Quick little shot in case any of you are alcohol people, whatever. Underneath that on the shelf, this is where I keep my Oculus Rift S VR headset and the controllers. I have this little cool Coca-Cola clock. Underneath that I have my knife and watch collection. I just think they're cool, that's pretty much it. There's a couple of nice knives there. I don't have some of my nice knives out, these are just what I have out in the minute. And then watches, again these aren't all my watches, they're up along there, and I have a few lighters, that's it for there. I'm not going to bother readjusting for this, but under there I have a safe which has safe things in. I don't know what you want me to say. Alright, well, if you've just joined us on the start of the video to look at the sort of techie desktop battle station sort of part of the video, hi. If you've continued on from watching the Airsoft stuff, let's get a move on. So this is my setup. I designed this, well, I keep on saying design as if I'm like some sort of professional. Not really. I wanted this just to be functional, minimalistic, whatever. And I just wanted it to work for me. I didn't want to have too much crap and clutter. I've made this perfect for me, which I guess is what you want. But first of all, let's have a look at the computer down below. To the side here is where I keep my PC. What I wanted to go with this is I wanted it to be understating what I want it to be, but I also want it to flash what I want it to be. So that's why you see it's a very plain black Corsair case. But I have LEDs in it and I can turn them off and on when I want, and it also just looks pretty tidy inside. See what I mean? Pretty tidy. I'm not taking the side panel off because it's a pain in the ass because of the LEDs, but you can also see I have a Death Star decal there because that's the name of this desktop. It's the Death Star. Okay, so the desk is just some black desk from IKEA. It's very easy to find if you have a look on there. And the chair I just got from I think my uncle who just didn't give a fuck and was getting rid of his stuff. So I got that chair from him. The two monitors are some BenQ monitors that I got pretty cheap on Amazon if I'm honest, but I'll put them on screen now. They work pretty well for me, so yeah. Okay, going from left to right. On the left you can see a USB switcher for my mouse and keyboard, which I'll show you what that's for in a bit. The left set of my GX 2.1 speaker system. Come to the middle, I believe this is a Corsair K70 keyboard. Honest to God though, don't quite remember. Right in front in the middle is where I keep my Pixel 2 charger. It's just nice having it there, makes life easy. To the right we have my Razer Naga 2014 edition. Now I'm yet to find a mouse that I like as much as this, even though I want to have replaced this. It's just a real struggle trying to find what I like. I've got so dependent on having all the 12 buttons on the side, mechanical buttons as well, which is just perfect. But I want to replace it, I just haven't found the right one yet. Just in front of it though we have my little sort of charging station-ish. So what I do is I keep 3 cables here. One which is for the docking system, which again I'll show you in a bit. I have a lightning cable for my work phone which you can see charging, and I have a micro USB cable which I mostly use for charging camera batteries like the one using now, which is why you see the adapter in it. Just to the right of that you see the GX right hand speaker, the sub's under the table, I don't think I've shown that yet. And just to the side of that I have a Anker flashlight just in case I need it. And to the side of that, I have the Kensington dock, which like I said, I'll show you in a little bit. You know what, I'll throw some B-roll in it now. Now, if I want to dock my personal laptop or my work laptop, mostly my work laptop, and use my mouse and keyboard, my Corsair headset, and the 2 screens, I have a lovely little system where I only need to do 3 things, and it's very quick and easy to do. All I do is I take the USB that's hidden next to the charging cables, I plug that into the laptop that I want to plug in. Second of all, I press the button on the USB switch that's just left of my left-hand speaker. And third of all, I just switch the inputs on the screens. That done, everything's all connected, very easy. There's only one cable that I have to put in and just a few other small steps. And with that, even though the wallpaper's not the same for some reason, I can now control my MacBook by using my mouse and keyboard, as you can see here. And I can also bring them onto the other monitors. And then right of that you see the control system for the GX speakers. We go right a little bit more, we just have my lamp, and I have my Corsair. Fuck, I don't remember the model number of them. They're the really nice 7.1 wireless headset. I'll put the model on display now. Those are great, and they're on a cheap Amazon stand which holds the charging cable on top of it, so it makes it really easy for charging. And then on the right here are just the essentials you kind of need for making a video, if you don't mind. Thank you for coming and have a look at my Airsoft Armory and general sort of setup tour. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more of my videos, up here is a video where I got 55 kills in one game, and just below here is my current Airsoft loadout. Not for a sniper rifle. That'll be soon.